Hey Flash Mob, getting your first cinema camera is never really an easy decision, just simply because there are so many different options and factors that you have to look at. But I want to tell you about why I chose Red. Run the intro. So I just want to let you guys know that YouTube is actually dry snitching on you guys. Yep. Last night I was looking at my analytics and YouTube told me that 96% of you guys that are watching my videos are not subscribed. What's that all about? Now to me, that's just telling me that only 4% of you guys are subscribed. And I mean, that's not good. So how about we go ahead and fix that right away? Go ahead right now, hit the subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and turn on the notifications. And if you're brand new to this channel, this is your first time, you might as well subscribe too. And just another little quick piece of info, I am doing a 1,000 YouTube subscriber giveaway where I will be giving away a brand new Small HD 702 light monitor bundle. So if you hang around until the end of this video, I'm going to give you all the details on how you can enter. So right off the bat, I just want to let you guys know the intentions of this video is not to get you excited to go out and buy a Red camera, because honestly, they are super expensive. And if you don't understand anything about lighting, storytelling, composition, aperture, ISO, etc., all you're really going to be doing is making a bunch of expensive garbage. And to be honest with you, Red is not sponsoring me, so I really don't have to say anything I don't want to say. My intention is really to give some insight on some things that I really liked about Red and certain things that really helped me as a DP to make my job a little bit easier. So just so you guys don't think I'm just some rich kid that fell on some money and was, able to just go and buy a Red camera. My very first camera that I started recording videos on was a Canon Rebel T3i. And that camera really taught me everything I needed to know about how to shoot manual. So that's really the first step before you decide to go out and buy any expensive camera, just learning how to use it, right? Your ISO, your aperture, your shutter speed, all those kind of things are important factors to make sure that your content looks as good as it's supposed to. So during that time, I was really paying attention to a lot of other creatives' work, and I was just noticing that a lot of them had things that just, from a visual aspect, just looked a lot better than mine. And I mean, I was using a T3i with some kind of kit lens, so realistically, most people's stuff is gonna look better, but it was like drastically better, right? And I mean, at the time, I felt like I was doing a pretty good job. I know how to turn on the camera, I'm shooting on manual, I'm learning a little bit about lighting and all that kind of stuff, but everything that I was looking at just looks so much better. So I said, you know what, it's time for me to find out what's really going on in this game. And that's when I started doing my research on what cinema cameras are and different lenses and things like that. And I just happened to fall across this particular video. I'm gonna let it run for a few seconds.
I see all the big things, like the things that everybody see on the stage, but I also like to look at all the small things. Sometimes things that people don't even see, like I love to see a butterfly flying through the festival area on its own. Or that one boy or girl in the crowd that at that moment is so deep into her emotions, she forgets the world around her. You get the best moments when you're just a fly on the wall, long lens, so they don't know if someone is filming. On the other hand, you can make someone's day if you just point your camera at them. They love that.
So a couple things in this video that really stood out to me was the overall dynamic range. So there were parts in here where there were really dark crowd shots. Then there was like the rest of the scenery of the stage and all those kind of things that were pretty much well exposed. But you were still able to see the detail and what was going on in the dark parts of the video. And I was like, holy smokes, that is amazing. Another thing was this particular shot where he's filming a butterfly just floating through the grass and being lit by the sun, and just almost looked like it was sparkling in slow motion. And I was like, whoa, man, I like that. I like that. And just certain things how they were using the speed ramping and slow motion and everything, and just how crisp and clean everything was looking. I was like, man, you know what? I'm done. This is the camera that I'm going to get. And from there, I decided I wanted a Red camera. So the first thing that I really liked about it was this actual overall modularity. Now, some people might say that this is a bad thing, but to me, I just felt like it gave me a lot more options, and it would allow me to make sure that this camera would last a lot longer than some of the other ones I was looking at. So for myself, I started out obviously as a one-man band, and I needed something that was going to be easy to carry, easy to use, and easy to operate if I was just being one person. So with the ability of just having the brain and allowing to build off of that, I was able to get a comfortable handheld rig that I was able to use in any which way that I wanted to. And as I was looking forward, I said to myself, if I'm using this camera and I get called out to a bigger production, I can really build it out with follow focuses, different lenses, bigger batteries, all these different little things that will allow me to get a better image out of the sensor and allow me to do a lot more with a crew. Another major factor was that I was going to be able to use a Canon mount and use all of my previous lenses that I purchased before. And basically, if I decided to move up to a better camera, all of my previous things that I had with the camera, like the side handle, the monitor, all those kind of things, it would be able to transfer onto the newer body without any issues. So the next thing was red code raw. Now, if you've ever used a camera before and you get your exposure, you set your white balance, you choose your color profile, and you go out there and record something, by the time you record it and take it back to your computer, that look and tone and feel is already baked into the image. With RAW, it basically allows you to make any kind of changes that you want to do after the fact. So for example, if I took an image of something, and maybe the white balance was off a bit, and maybe I overexposed a bit or underexposed a bit, I can go in and change the ISO. All of this happening without destroying the image itself. And I think my favorite part is just having that overall control when it's time to color grade the footage. You can literally do anything you want when you shoot in RAW. Another huge factor to me was the resolution. Now, around that time when I was looking for a cinema camera, 1080p was still a thing. 4K was just kind of starting to be a topic of discussion. And at the time they had a 6K camera sensor. And I was like, whoa, 6K and we're talking about 1080p? Yeah, sign me up for that. So for me, having a camera that was able to shoot in 4, 5, 6, or 8K, whatever it was, I was future-proofing my camera for years to come. So another huge factor for me was being able to shoot at different frame rates. So I know most of you guys have probably heard about 24 frames per second, 60 frames per second, 120 frames. What that basically means is for every second that goes by, that number represents how many still images are taken. So for example, in 24 frames per second, 24 still images are being shot on the sensor in 1 second. And 60 means 60. 120 means 120 frames being done every second. So what that basically means is when you take that footage and put it into your editing software, when you're ready to get slow motion, the more frames that you have per second is going to allow for a smoother, more creamier looking slow motion. So here's a good example of that. Now, combining some storytelling, composition, good lighting, and things like that, your slow motion footage can become really cinematic. But the thing is, you really don't want to overdo slow motion because it really speaks a certain language to the people viewing your content. And you don't want to just take away the wow factor of slow motion by shooting every single thing that you do in slow motion. And that's a pro tip for you. So really quickly before I talk about the last thing that I really love about Red, I want to tell you guys a little bit about the 1,000 subscriber giveaway that I have going on. So I'll be giving away a brand new 702 light monitor bundle. So I want to make this super simple for you guys to enter. So the first thing you want to do is like and comment with your Instagram handle on the giveaway video that's linked right here. It'll also be in the description below. Next thing you want to do is hop over to Instagram and follow my Instagram page and tag 2 friends that you think would benefit from this giveaway also. And the last thing is subscribe to this channel. I mean, if you still haven't done that and you've watched this far in the video, just listen, just do it right now. Just go ahead, hit the subscribe button right there and then turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of my new videos. I'll be selecting the winner the moment this channel hits 1,000 subscribers. So realistically, that could happen in a day, that could happen in a couple weeks, maybe a few months. But don't be the guy or girl that misses the opportunity because you just didn't decide to subscribe to the channel. So as long as you live in Canada or the United States, you can go ahead and follow the information in the description below on how to enter and take advantage of this giveaway. Cool? Cool. So the last thing I want to mention was the overall Red factor. Now this might sound kind of crazy, but when you have a Red camera and somebody reaches out to you and they're looking for you to do their commercial or production or whatever, and you let them know that you own the camera, it's like their entire tone and posture changes. It's like, oh, whoa, this guy means business. Let me not play around anymore. And then, you know, at that point of the conversation, when you talk about your day rates and things like that, it's not really a shocker to them because it's something that they're going to be expecting already. And there's been so many times when I've been on a production and maybe an actor or one of the models or just anybody on set would see me setting up the Red camera and come over and be like, wow, is that a Red? holy, how much does this thing cost? And you have a little conversation, and before you know it, they're like, oh, do you have a card or something on you? Because I'm doing da 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 da, and I think I might want you to shoot that for me. And by without really even saying anything, I'm getting new business. And pretty much if you own one of these cameras, they're always in high demand for people that want to use them for rental. If you put it out there that it's out for rent and you build a few relationships with people and they want to rent your camera out, that's easy money for you. Again, I'm not trying to hype anybody to go out and buy a Red camera because again, they are super expensive. But if you guys are interested in how I was able to get the money together to buy one within the first 6 months of my business starting, go ahead and leave something in the comments below. And if this video gets 100 likes, I'm gonna make a video giving you a step-by-step on exactly how I was able to afford my first Red camera. And again, guys, honestly, if you made it to the end of the video and you still haven't subscribed yet, just go ahead and do that for me right now. It's really simple. I make wicked content. I give it to you guys. You guys subscribe, turn on your notifications, and learn more. All right, so always remember, guys, to look, learn, and share. Take it easy, guys. Peace.